Hello, everyone. Before I begin, let me apologize for my appearance. I was not anticipating doing a video or seeing anyone today here in my office, and I am not in my town administrator uniform. So, that said, let's talk about chicken bylaws. I've seen a lot of posts and threads about the town and attempts to take chickens or sneak a bylaw in during the pandemic, and I thought that it would just be good for us to clear the air on how the bylaw process works. So there are two general ways in which a bylaw is created, amended, deleted, or otherwise changed. Um, the first way for that to happen is for local government to initiate that change on its own, either through Board of Selectmen, Planning Board, um, Bylaw Committee, or other entity. But I'm not going to spend a lot of time on that this morning, as that is not the process that is before us with this bylaw today. So the second way is by resident petition, which is what we have for this particular chicken bylaw. The process for this can be found under Mass General Law, Chapter 39, Section 10, and Mass General Law, Chapter 40A, Section 5. In short, what those laws allow you to do is petition other registered voters of the town of Munson to sign on to your bylaw and move this to town meeting for vote. So under this section, if you get 10 signatures from registered voters in the town of Munson, you get your article on the town meeting warrant. Get 100 signatures, you get your own warrant article on a special town meeting. And get 200 signatures, you get your own town meeting. It should be noted that most of that is due to time frame provisions and allowing you to enact changes at any time throughout the year. Once a petition is submitted, the town clerk checks the signatures for validity, and if enough verified signatures are present, the petition is sent to the Board of Selectmen. Once the Board of Selectmen has the petition, they vote to send it to the Planning Board. This is what they did this last Tuesday, which they are obligated to do by law, and they made no comments as to their opinion on the matter. I think it should be noted that generally speaking, they do not make comments at this time. The next step is for the Planning Board to hold a public hearing, which they will do in June on this issue. I don't have a firm date in front of me, but it will be advertised well and will be open to the public. At the hearing, the Planning Board will deliberate the merits of the bylaw and make a recommendation for town meeting. So for clarity, they do not have the opportunity to say yay or nay on whether this goes to town meeting. That's a foregone conclusion. They do have the ability to make a recommendation on how they feel you should vote on the matter. Most importantly, though, the public hearing is a time for you, the residents, to speak your mind on the bylaw language, and for the Planning Board to take your opinion under advisement when making their recommendation. Regardless of the recommendation, you still can vote your conscience on town meeting floor. None of that changes. Please note that this is a synopsis of the law and process, and I'm trying to highlight the major points here, and I will leave links to both sections of the law in the comments. Now, before I go, I'd just like to share my opinion on this process and why I think you should love it. So take chickens out of it for just a second, and you'll see that this is really a form of true democracy at work. This provision under the law allows you, the petitioner, to have a direct say in how the town runs. For or against the issue, you must admit that this is a pretty great opportunity for us to have, as that this is not the way it works in all forms of government, either in our country or around the world. Lastly, let's try to keep this conversation about chickens and leave the personal aspects of it to the side. I think we'll all be better for it. So thank you for listening. That's it for me. Stay safe and have a great weekend.